would say to my friends. Alright, sure. What more do you want, the guy? Hello and welcome to yet another video. Today we are going to be attempting something, a little bit of a challenge, if you will. So obviously, as you know from the thumbnail and from the title, this is a 24-hour reading challenge, and as you all know if you watch my channel before, I normally do these split over 3 days where I do like 10 hours, then 4 hours, just because previously I've always been busy with school, so I never really had a day where I could have sacrificed my sleep and read for a really long time. However, I'm now on holiday and I have absolutely nothing to do, and so I thought, why not attempt a 24-hour reading challenge but when I read for 24 hours straight. And so today, or rather tomorrow, that is what we're going to be trying to do. I say try because obviously I'm not hugely attached to that idea. If, for example, it's been like 20 hours and I am falling asleep, I will just go to bed and do the last 4 hours the next day. I'm like okay with that, but I'm also going to try. Honestly, yeah, I don't know how it's gonna go, especially because I chose tomorrow to do it, then I realised that tomorrow is the Olivia Rodrigo pre-sale, but it's okay. Worst off, we'll do like 23 hours because we'll set aside like an hour for Ticketmaster, obviously. Going to be doing it starting tomorrow, but I figured it would be easier, at least mentally, instead of like getting up at 9 in the morning and reading from 9 in the morning till 9 the next morning, which is essentially like staying up all night. I figured if I get up at 3 in the morning and read till 3 in the morning the next day, mentally it seems like less time, so I'm not like staying up all night. I'd be getting up early and then going to bed late. But anywho, we're gonna try. So yeah, so tomorrow morning I'm gonna be waking up at 3 in the morning. I'm gonna get right on reading and I'm gonna get through as many books as possible. I'm gonna try not to fall asleep. Probably gonna have a lot of coffee. So I'd be interested to see if I read more or less doing this, because like obviously when I'm tired sometimes I'll be reading but I'll be like falling asleep at the page. So it'd be interesting to see if my reading pace is like slower or quicker if I do it all at once instead of interrupted and spread over 3 days, but we'll see that at the end of the video. I'm definitely interested to find out. We're at the beginning of the month, so I haven't really read. I've just read one book for my TBR, so therefore we've got almost the entire TBR. Let me get down the TBR. So yeah, we've got 5 books from my TBR that I haven't read. I'm definitely gonna be able to get to all of these books, especially because this is a duology, this is a trilogy, and this is a series of 4, so a quartet. So I won't be able to read like all of those books at once. But the only one that I definitely want to get to in this reading challenge is Clockwork Angel, because I really want to read this trilogy and I want to read not as quickly as possible necessarily, but I cannot wait to get to it, so I want to read it as soon as possible, that's for sure. Aside from that, the rest of them I fairly chill about. So we have Ember in the Ashes, which is book 1 in a series of 4. I don't know if I'll start this one. This might be like the last one I pick up, but because it's a series of 4, I'm not going to start it because then basically just the whole 24-hour reading challenge, I'd just be reading this series. Then we have The Goldfinch, which again, like Ember in the Ashes, if I pick it up, it will be at the very end of this reading challenge because it's 800 pages. So it just take me such a long time that it would take up a big chunk of the reading challenge, and so I'd rather like save it for the end. Then we have The Picture of Dorian Gray. I might pick this one up. This one, seeing as it's standalone and it's not huge, it probably wouldn't take me that long, although it is a classic, so I would definitely read it slower, but who knows, we might pick this up. Then we have The Rose Bargain. I also want to pick this up because this is part of a duology, so it would be quick to read, and I cannot wait to get to this series. I just know it's going to be so good. I can't wait to get to it. And then of course Clockwork Angel, but I already talked about that. So yeah, those are the books on my TBR. We're gonna see how many I get through. We're gonna see if I achieve this reading challenge. But yeah, so I'm really excited to see how this goes. I'm really nervous. Gonna go to bed early tonight so that like when I get up at 3 I'm not exhausted already. This is gonna be fun. But anywho, without any further ado, grab yourself a nice warm or cold drink and let's get right on into the video. Okay, so it is 3 o'clock in the morning. It's really 10 past. Time to get reading. I think I'm going to start with The Rose Bargain. I want to start something that I think is going to be fun and easy to get through, and also just really want to read this. So let's get into it. I don't really want to waste any time. Already this is going to be a struggle, so we'll see if I can do it. So let's get into it. It's been almost 2 hours of reading and I am page 147. It's going okay. I am enjoying it. It's fun. I think, I don't know, there's something refreshing in the way it's written. It's kind of different than how I expected. But I'm also really liking the relationship between Emmett and Ivy. I think it's really fun because a lot of in books people who there's going to be some kind of romantic relationship with, if at the beginning they start off as friends, it's always friends with like this like romantic tension. It's not just like pure friends, but then at the moment it's just like friendly banter. Like it feels, at least at the moment, like there's nothing more to it. Like obviously I understand there will be, but at one point he literally goes flirt with me and she's like yuck, and I'm like, that's so something I would say to my friends. That's really funny. But yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. It's fun. I definitely have some questions. I'm interested to see where it's going. I did think at the beginning things happened a bit quickly. I don't know, maybe it makes sense how quickly it happened, but I felt like we got introduced to like the intrigue of the book too soon. But at the same time, maybe that's like intentional because it's not like the main intrigue. There's gonna be some kind of plot twist. So yeah, it is almost 5 in the morning. Got way too early, so I'm just probably gonna see if I can finish this book before I go up and have breakfast. But yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. It's definitely a fun read. Oh my god, page 329. I think there are like 40 pages left. Oh my god, I'm still waiting for the big plot twist, but I'm really liking where it's going. I'm really liking it so far. It is. So I just read a sentence that got me like crashing out. So there we go. But I'm almost at the end. It's been 3.5 hours, a little over, so this is probably gonna take me 4 hours, which is kind of what I expected. Damn. I need to finish this. Finished book 1. It took me just over 4 hours. There are 19 hours and 56 minutes left on the clock. I really liked it. Oh my god though, that ending. Like, okay, I was half plot twisted. It was well hidden, but I had my suspicions. There had to be something, you know, that wasn't making sense, and this just seemed most likely. At the same time, like, I did not see that coming. Oh my god, it was really good. I really like this. Honestly, 4 stars. I cannot wait to get the second one. It is 7 o'clock. I'm gonna go have breakfast and we're gonna get started on the next one. I really liked it. Can't wait to keep reading the series. So my Kindle decided that now was the best moment to stop working, so I restarted it, but because I don't like have time to wait for it to like fix itself, I'm just going to start reading The Picture of Dorian Gray, which is the next book that I want to read in this challenge because it's a standalone and I just kind of want to get it out of the way. I think it's going to be interesting, definitely very different than what I just read, but honestly it's only 200 pages, and while it is like an old time book, so it will take me longer than like a regular 200-page book, it still shouldn't take me that long. So we're just going to start this one, and then as soon as this is done, hopefully my Kindle will be working and I'll be able to read The Thorn Queen, because like I can't believe it chose this one like a 24-hour reading challenge and when I was at the end of a cliffhanger for the next book. But it's fine. So we're gonna read this. I'm just making myself some breakfast, so I'm probably gonna like read and make breakfast at the same time so as to not lose any time. Yeah, there you go. In it has been about 2 hours. It's definitely slower going than a regular book because just the way it's written is what's written in like an old-timey way, but also these characters love to monologue. I swear to god, they don't say a sentence if they can say like 3 paragraphs. Well, as you can see, this whole page is like 1 whole paragraph, so it just means it's a bit slower reading than like a book with a lot of dialogue. It is interesting. It's not what I thought. So I thought that it was like he made a deal with someone and then his painting aged and not him, but actually he just saw the painting and like upon seeing was like, oh, I wish the painting would age and I would stay the same and beautiful, and then that happens. Except it's really funny because just he looks at the painting at one point and he's like, the mouth seems a bit meaner than it used to when it first got painted, and then Bro jumps to the conclusion, oh, I made that wish must have come true. And it's kind of like, all right, sure, and like that is the truth of it, but it's still funny. It's interesting. It's not what I expected. I'd be interested in watching the movie to see what that's like as well. But it's not uninteresting, I just don't really think it's my type of book. I don't really like books that monologue about fancy ideas. It's just... it's a bit too much for me, a bit too la-di-da. But I'm still glad I'm reading it. I'm reading classic, I'm reading new genres. Plus this picture drawing great, so it's not just any classic. But yeah, so I'm probably gonna be reading this for at least another hour. Probably another hour and a half, so it's probably take me again like 4 more hours to read. I'm starting to like, especially because this isn't necessarily the most interesting thing, I'm kind of reading it and almost like falling asleep. So I'm gonna make myself another coffee and we'll continue reading obviously. I've finished The Picture of Dorian Gray. It's upside down. The Picture of Dorian Gray, book number 2 in this 24-hour reading challenge. It's finished. It took me 4.5 hours, I think. It was weird. I don't really know what I think about it. But anywho, we're gonna move on to the next one. I'm gonna read The Thorn Queen, which I'm very much looking forward to. My Kindle is now working, I checked. So that's gonna be fun. But yeah, this was... I'd probably give it 2.5 stars because it was just... I feel like not much happened. I was very confused by the story and then the ending felt very sudden. I don't know. It was weird. I don't think classics are necessarily for me. But anywho, moving on. So we have just over 16 hours left on the timer. Hopefully we're going to read a lot more books. Okay, so I am almost finished with The Thorn Queen. On page 239 to 292. It is a little late because I had to take breaks. I tried to get Olivia Rodrigo tickets. I did not get Olivia Rodrigo tickets, but it was just the pre-sale, so I'm going to try again for the general sale. But anywho, so I did take like an hour and a half off for that because Ticketmaster's the pits. But anywho, 13 hours left. I don't know if you can see that. It is 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so I don't know if we're actually going to get done because I've set myself the limit. So I know I said I wanted to do obviously like 24 hours straight of reading. However, because I took like an hour and a half off at lunchtime to do the Olivia Rodrigo tickets, I think what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to read until 3 in the morning. So that will have been 24 hours and then I'll go to sleep because I do not think I'll last past then, and then I'll just do the last 2 hours or so tomorrow. But we'll see, that's my plan at the moment, but who knows, it might change. I might get a burst of energy at 3 in the morning and really want to finish it. But I'm enjoying this book. I will say the only thing is I felt that we had kind of like a repetitive back and forth with Ivy and Emmett. Like I felt like 1 second they'd be like not back together, but they'd be like on good terms, and then there'd be a drama and they'd be like, one of them would be angry at the other and then that person would forgive them, and then a drama would happen, the other person would be angry, and I feel like that kind of went on for just a little bit too long. I feel like honestly we could have had just like 2 problems, one for each, and then we could have resolved it and it would have been a bit better. But aside from that, I'm really liking it. I really like just how down bad Emmett is for Ivy. Like he literally gets down his knees and begs to save her life. What more do you want, the guy? I kind of love that. But yeah, so I've almost finished. I've literally just got 60 pages left. So I'll finish this in the next half hour and then we will move on to the next book. I don't know what that next book's going to be. I'll have a look through my TBR, but I'm thinking maybe The Clockwork Angel or maybe something else, and then I'll read The Clockwork Angel. Like what will probably be the last book that I read in this 24-hour reading challenge, because I think I've got 13 hours left by the time I finish this. I have like 12 and a half. I'm probably only going to read 2 more books, maybe like 2 and a bit, but yeah, I'm not gonna read a lot more books. Honestly, I am enjoying this. It's just fun. It's simple fun. It is kind of reminding me of The Cruel Prince in some ways, but it's definitely very twisty and turny with like the betrayals and how people feel about each other. So you really do have, on one chapter, this is the relationship between the characters, and the next chapter completely changes and you learn people betray people and other people did things with other people. It's a whole mess, but I kind of like that. It's definitely fun. It's very twisty. I like its use of fae as well. I really like fae in books. I think it's fun. But yeah, so we're just gonna finish this. Like I said, it'll probably take me half an hour and then I'll move on to the next book. Okay, so I finished, where is it? What's on my Kindle? But I finished The Thorn Queen. It took me, well, there's 12 hours 44 minutes left. It took me like 3.5 hours, so that's good. I really liked it. It was also 4 stars, just like the first one. It was fun. The ending was really nice, and it was fun. It was happy, you know. It's like a fairy tale, and I kind of love fairy tale fantasies. It was nothing that deep. People who said it was giving The Cruel Prince were 100% right. I definitely got The Cruel Prince vibes myself, so I was very happy with that because obviously I love The Cruel Prince. Now I just need to decide what to read next because I don't know. Considering I've got almost 13 hours left, I could probably definitely get through 2 books, and honestly maybe even get through 3 if I'm reading them quickly and they're not too big, but I don't know. I definitely want to read the Clockwork Angel book during this reading challenge, and I would maybe like to read the Goldfinch. Thing is, the Goldfinch is 800 pages, so I know that if I pick up the Goldfinch I'll be able to read less books during the challenge. So maybe what I'll do is I'll save the Goldfinch for the last, but then I'm like, do I read now? Do I read like just a quick little standalone and then read Clockwork Angel book 1, or do I read the Clockwork Angel now and then read the standalone after? I don't know. It is late. I'm near the end. I'm about 3/4 of the way through. I'm on page 387. I think there are like 490 pages. It is 10 o'clock and I have 9 hours left. So obviously I'm not going to do the full 24 hours today because that would take me to like 5 in the morning, and that's just no. I said I wasn't going to go past 3. So I'm probably going to do like the last 4 hours tomorrow. As it is, I don't know if I'm going to read until 3. I kind of figure if I'm doing 4 hours tomorrow, I may as well like, what's the difference between 4 hours and 5 hours, you know? So we'll see. But either way, I'm definitely going to finish this book. I think we'll just see on how tired I feel. I'm going to definitely finish this book, and I'd like to start a new one, get properly into a new one, and then we'll see. But yeah, so I've got 9 hours left, almost exactly. I think this will definitely be finished when we hit the 8-hour mark. Then I'll have plenty of time to read a new book and get a decent way into yet another book after that. Not sure what I'm going to read yet. It depends on the ending of this one, whether I'll go straight into the next book, so the Clockwork Prince, I believe it's called, or whether I pick up another book. We'll see. But yeah, I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this. I really like Cassandra Clare's writing. I'm enjoying this one more than the Woolwich. I don't know, maybe not more, but I think the writing has definitely improved. I think the character is really funny. I like Will. He's funny. Also, there's no weird like, you're my brother but you're not my brother, but you are my brother and I still like you thing going on in this one, so I like that. But I'm sad to kind of love triangle. I have kind of, because like I said, I got spoiled for a major plot point at the end of this trilogy, and so I kind of do know where things are going, which is horrible. I would have loved so much more to go into this blind and not know, because knowing is kind of like so depressing. But I'm really interested to see like how it turns out, because I obviously have no idea how it gets to that point. But yeah, so I'm just gonna sit in bed. I've pretty much literally spent the whole day inside, but to be fair, it has been like horrible rainy weather all day. There was literally thunder at some point, so that was not great. But we have a cat. It's not our cat, it's someone else's cat, but today she was at our door, and because it was raining and she was like meowing and everything, so we just invited her in, and she came and sat on the sofa next to me, and it was so cute. But yeah, so I'm just gonna sit in bed. I'm gonna get through the rest of this book. I'm gonna start a new one, and we're gonna just take it hour by hour, see how I feel. The Clockwork Angel. I really enjoyed it. It was fun. I did see the plot was coming, but at the very end, like literally just like the chapter before it happened, and I do think that's because I remembered it. I think I'm gonna go on to book 2 because I really liked it and I want to know more. I need to know, because we have so many unanswered questions after book 1. I think it was again a 4-star read. Honestly, I do think it's better written than the original Shadowhunters, so the first 3 in the Shadowhunters, the Mortal Instruments series. But I do like it, and I'm interested to know what the deal is with Will Herondale, because I love Mia Herondale, but I'm interested to see what the deal is. Also, it's interesting because all these, this one's obviously set in London, but then Shadowhunters is set in New York, and so all of these families like migrated from London to New York, which is quite funny to me. But yeah, so it is now I think about 11:30. I've got exactly 8 hours left on the clock, like 8 hours and 30 seconds or something, and so I'm gonna read the second book. That'll probably take me another 4 hours, because this book took me about 4 hours. So we'll see. Because I'm tired, it might take me like 5 hours, but then we'll have at least 3 hours left and I'll be able to start something else. Not sure what else I'm going to start, but I know that right now definitely going to pick up the Clockwork Prince. So it may be the next day. I may have like drifted off, but it's fine. It is the next day. I did not make it till 3 o'clock. I made it till 1 o'clock, and I was just so tired, like my eyes were closing, so I was like, you know what, 1 o'clock's good. That's 22 hours instead of 24 hours, because I was just not reading. My eyes kept closing and it would take me ages to read a sentence, and we're gonna take the rest of the hours for today. So it is 8:30 in the morning. I've got 6 hours left, and we're gonna do that then today. So yesterday we got about 100 pages in, I think. Got to page 121 of the Clockwork Prince. Obviously today I do have some things to do, so I'm gonna do book 2 reading now, and then the rest of probably tonight. We'll see how it gets split up during the day, but I'm honestly not mad I didn't make it to 3 o'clock in the morning. I was just too tired, and it's like I said, because I had really 4 hours or 6 hours, so I didn't change anything, so I'd rather go to bed a bit earlier and have a few more hours to read today. So let's get reading. So it is night time. As you can tell, I have about 3 hours left, and I want to finish the book. I've got about 60 pages left on page 390. I'm probably gonna finish this half hour to hour, maybe 40 minutes, and then we move on to the final book. We're gonna have about 2 hours to finish whatever the last book is, and we're gonna finish the 24-hour reading challenge. What? So the book itself actually ended fairly chill. I was genuinely like, well, there were things unresolved, but there's no like big cliffhanger, and then it's like really peacefully. And then the last page we have something happen, and I'm like, what? But anywho, I finished it, 460 pages down. As you can see, I've got 2 hours 25. Wow, I can't read. Damn. That's crazy. I can't wait to read the last book in this trilogy. However, I'm not going to do that in this challenge, because otherwise I will have read like this entire trilogy in this challenge. I want to switch up a bit, read a few different things so it doesn't get boring. Okay, so wait a second. I think we're finally going to read The Goldfinch, guys. It is finally, it's time to shine. I think it's also good if I read it now, because with 2.5 hours left, I'll be able to get a good 200 pages in, and then I'll be enough of the way in that I'll be able to finish it, you know? I think this is kind of a book I need to force myself to get into. Yeah, so we're going to be reading this. All 850 pages of it. I'm not doing this. We're probably going to get 200 pages in doing this, but yeah, kind of crazy. Finally reading The Goldfinch, guys. Did we think this day would come? We have 2.5 hours left on the clock. Let's get into The Goldfinch, book number 6 in this 24-hour reading challenge. We have finished the 24-hour reading challenge. It is 12:15 in the night. I got to page 800, no, whoa, I got to page 194 in this book, so like I said, about 200 pages in, that's what I expected. So that's interesting. It's very detailed, and I think that's probably part of the reason why it's so long, because there's a lot of details for things that if this book was written nowadays, they just would have removed probably. Or maybe it depends on the writer, maybe just on Tart's very detail oriented writer. I don't know, but it's not bad. I'm not far enough in yet to really know what's going on, like to really have a proper feel for it, but I will definitely be continuing it. Yeah, it's not bad. Anyway, it's late and I'm tired, so I'm probably gonna go to bed and like give you guys a debrief tomorrow. But we did it. It took a little longer than planned, but we got through all 24 hours, so I'm very happy about that. And we read 5 books and 200 pages, which is great. So anyhow, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Okay, so we've officially reached the end of this reading challenge. We read in total 5 books and about 200 pages. So out of that, there were 3 and a bit physical books and then 2 Kindle books. We read 2,193 pages, which is pretty crazy, which I'm very happy about. We got through a lot of books on my TBR. We got through 3.5 books on my TBR, so that is absolutely great. We didn't finish The Goldfinch because, well, I didn't have enough time. This is 850 pages, but I'm definitely planning on finishing it. Maybe I'm probably gonna end up reading it in my next vlog, which will come out next week. No spoilers, you'll see what happens. But yeah, honestly, it was actually a pretty good reading challenge. We read a lot of books, which I was very happy about. We kind of achieved the goal, but we also really did not achieve the goal. We did not stop for 24 hours. We did not read for 24 hours straight, but that's fine. Even honestly, the rating of the books were pretty good. So we have The Rose Bargain, which was a 4-star read. We have The Thorn Queen, which was also a 4-star read. With The Picture Store and Go, which is 2.5, but considering it's a classic, I'm okay with that. With The Clockwork Angel, another 4-star read. The Clockwork Prince, you guessed it, 4 stars. Obviously this we haven't finished yet. So yeah, pretty much almost all 4-star reads, which is really great. It's been a very good challenge. I was very tired, but I was very happy I did it. It was a lot of fun. I don't know if I'd do it again for so long, because especially seeing as with just life, I didn't end up managing to do 24 hours. So I think I'd probably do split over at least 2 days, so like 12 hours and 12 hours. That could be maybe what I try next, but it was still fun. I'm glad that I tried it once. I'm very tired though, I will say that. But anywho, this was a fun little challenge that we didn't quite achieve, but that's okay. Everybody makes mistakes, everybody has those days. It was a nice challenge. I hope you enjoyed the video. I had a lot of fun filming it. We are at the end of the video. There's not much left to say, and so I bid you adieu. Have an absolutely wonderful week, and I will see you next Friday for my next video. Until then, bye.